Hey, Julia Barzyk here from Wise Investigator. We have made it to the seventh mindset shift that new assistant professors need to make to have maximum success with research funding. And we are going to call this one from teaching research balance to research driven teaching. And the approach that you want to take here is that of integrating your research and teaching. So you've already begun to do this because you have students, and some of these students you're teaching in classes, and you're also mentoring them in the lab, and you are teaching them research. So you're already on track for that. But what we're talking about here is taking the next steps for this integration. And this is going to sound very familiar to you if you have applied for career or if you have even just read the description of that program. You know that this is something they want you to strive towards and make some progress in even before you apply for career, so you can demonstrate you're on this path. And then they want you to really grow into this further when you're performing on the career award. So right there, NSF is saying that this is important to your long-term success. So what else can you do here to make progress in this area? Well, you can use research projects in the courses that you are teaching. So you can engage students at any level, undergraduates, graduates, or even in programs that involve younger students. That might not be an official course, but there still can be opportunity for you to have them in the classroom, in the lab, in the field, and you can actually integrate your research into those activities. So not everything, every aspect of your research is going to be suitable for integration with students of different ages, but think about what could be. Are there certain aspects of the work that can be integrated? And nothing really would be too small here to get students engaged, especially at the younger levels. They could be involved in some simple tasks that are still real research tasks, and they still would have great meaning. So here's another one that I hope you'll like. Now, this one is to get your students engaged with grant writing and the research funding process. So you can mentor them and teach them through different steps of the process. Like, for example, performing a literature review for you, describing their outreach activities, describing the preliminary results that they have gotten from their own work with you. So even though it will take some time to mentor and teach people how to do these activities, it can be very much worth it because you are getting a product from them as a starting point, even if it's something that you have to make a good bit of revisions to. And from time to time, you may be very pleasantly surprised at the work that they're able to do for you. They're benefiting in an enormous way from this. So let them get that benefit and let you also get into the habit of delegation. We talked about that earlier. So this one has a lot of wins all around if you can engage in this activity. Last one here is to consider the teaching buyouts if you're able to do that. And this is something you can request in proposals sometimes. I'm not going to say that it's super common or it's super easy to get funded with a teaching buyout, but it's something that you want to have on your radar, especially if you have a high teaching load, and keep your eyes open for opportunities where you could get funding to get that buyout, and then you can spend a little bit more time on your research. You're still going to be teaching a lot and work further on the integration. So that relief there can help you with integration. All right, so we're done with the 7 mindset shifts. Let's just review them right here. Okay, we had number 1, from individual contributor to a research leader. Number 2, getting from that great idea to a fundable idea. Remember, it's not a different idea, it's just getting the great idea to become a fundable idea. Reactive to strategic thinking. So not reacting and not having time management and just reacting to stuff that comes in at us, but being proactive, thinking ahead and doing that strategic thinking and strategic planning. All right, next one, number 4, is perfectionism to iterative improvement. So we don't want to go too far in the other way, installing and trying to make everything quote unquote perfect, which nothing's ever perfect. But we want to think about a process, very process-based, where you're iterating, you're improving throughout a process. Number 5 is the lone researcher to collaborative networker. I said this one was my favorite. You want to be part of that thriving ecosystem of creativity, activity, progress, and opportunity. That's just a beautiful thing. Excuse me. Number 6 was the short-term focus to a sustainable funding strategy. And the sustainability here really is supported by diversification of funders. So you want to be thinking about diversifying your funding sources pretty early on as you can, really. And we wrapped up here with number 7, the teaching and research balance, which you're engaged in right now, trying to find that balance. And that's hard to find a balance. We want to move into the research focused teaching. We want to be integrating as much as possible the teaching and the research. The reason why that's going to help you with funding is several fold, but first, the real obvious one is for NSF CAREER and longer term, getting these folks involved in preparation of your funding products and, say, killing two birds with one stone, as they say, can support you in many different aspects of what you need to be doing along the way. So thanks for staying with me through these habits, and let me know what you think. Have you made progress in any of these areas? Are you thinking about taking some steps? So let me know.